Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me this evening. I'm all snuggled up in my pajamas and I'm doing my video, which was a video I was tagged by Clara Barrera from Beauty is Ageless 55, and she was following a tag that was originally started by penn.smith.skincare. Okay, so there's a few questions, and this tag is called Popular Opinion in Skincare. Okay, so the first few questions are about brands, and it's a bit difficult because I couldn't really say that I'm particularly loyal to any skincare brand. I like trying different products, and I know I've gone on a lot about La Roche-Posay recently. And I do think generally they're a good brand, but I tend to go for things that I like the sound of rather than, oh, that's a good brand, I'm going to go for it. But I'm going to try and answer these questions. Now, favourite inexpensive brand, that's easy. I've just done a video about it. It's got to be Aldi Lacura, because they're just so inexpensive and they have such good ingredients and such high quality. And I've not found a dud yet in terms of their skincare, so it would have to be Aldi Lacura, hands down. And you know, when I look up the ingredients, they're not skimping on the ingredients, they're not putting rubbish in there, they're good ingredients, and yet they manage to do it for a really good price. And I think skincare is so important. It should be accessible for everyone, no matter what your budget is. So yeah, it's got to be Aldi Lacura. My favourite high-end brand, as I say, I couldn't really say that I've got a favourite high-end brand. It's more like sort of favourite high-end products than brands. Possibly if I had to choose one, I would say Omorovitsa. I like a lot of their stuff. I love their essence. I like their cleansing products. There's a cleansing kind of mask type thing. I've forgotten what it's called, but they're really good. And I've got a serum by them that's really good. Really feels lovely on the skin. So probably Omorovitsa. I haven't tried a lot of high-end brands that a lot of people have. I've never tried Drunk Elephant. I know Clara mentioned Drunk Elephant. Yeah, there's quite a few that I haven't tried. So, but I would say Omorovitsa if I had to choose one. My least favourite brand, again, it's difficult because I'm not particularly loyal or disloyal to a brand. I would have to say if I picked one, it would be L'Oreal. The reason is that it's got a lot of fragrance in it, but it's artificial fragrance, and it often feels a bit stingy on my skin when I use L'Oreal. I've used it in the past, and there's some products that I like they've got a hyaluronic acid serum, but they do tend to have a lot of fragrance in there that's synthetic fragrance, and it just feels like it stings a bit when I put it on my face. So I'd say L'Oreal. Now that leads into the next question. Fragrance okay or not? I don't mind sort of aromatherapy oils. And I don't mind fragrance. I do sometimes question if there's a lot of fragrance and there doesn't seem to be any purpose for it. But things like rose oil, I love the smell of it, and it's kind of natural perfume. So I think it depends what type of fragrance. Yeah, I got a lot of samples from La Prairie when I got my foundation, and I did actually get an eye serum, and the eye serum's good, but a lot of the samples, although they're good, they again have got a lot of fragrance in them, and it doesn't seem to be natural fragrance like oils, essential oils, but just a very strong scent. And I don't know whether I see the point of it. If there's a point to it, then I don't mind. And And also what I don't like about them is that they're absolutely horrendously expensive. And when you try and look at what the ingredients are, it's very difficult to find out exactly what's in their skincare. They've got a lot of kind of trademarked substances, so you don't know what they are, and really difficult even just looking at the box. When I had a lot of their skincare, they came in little boxes, even though they were kind of samples. It was difficult to find what was actually in them. And of course, it does make you wonder whether or not that's because they can't really justify the price. And I'm a bit dubious about things now that say gold, silver, caviar, because I'm just wondering what the evidence is. So, yeah, probably that. But you know I love their foundation, and I do like their eye serum, and I have it still, and I use it, and it is very good. Alcohol, okay or not? Do you know what? I don't really know enough about skincare to have a really strong opinion about this. I think there's a lot of things in skincare that they're taking out, you know, paraben free, this free, that free. And when you actually look into it, what's the evidence that they're that harmful? I think I've been reading a lot about this drive to have all sorts of clean beauty and what that's about, and it's very difficult to find evidence. A lot of people say this, it's very difficult to find evidence that these things are necessarily harmful. Now with alcohol, it does depend on the type of alcohol. What I would avoid is if there's a lot of alcohol in something that's going near my eyes, because my eyes are very sensitive. But I do think that there's a reason sometimes that alcohol is put into products. Sometimes it's to preserve a product. So yeah, I don't really know enough about it to have a strong opinion. I'm not a skincare expert. And I think that's something else I want to say. I think a lot of people that aren't skincare experts get caught up in the pseudoscience of skincare. And a lot of things are sold sort of pseudo-scientifically, but and make claims, you know, and clinically proven because they've tested it on 28 people, and then other people regurgitate what they've read. And I do think that I'm all for one for going right back to the evidence, and it is their evidence. And actually there's very few ingredients in skincare that have got that much evidence. Obviously vitamin C does and retinol does, but there's a lot of skincare ingredients that people are chucking in that without very much evidence that it does anything. So anyway, that's a bigger issue. But so I don't really have a strong opinion apart from if it's going near my eyes, because my eyes get very sensitive. Chemical or manual exfoliation has to be manual for me. I love manual exfoliation. I love the way that it makes my face feel. I think there's a couple of reasons I prefer it to chemical exfoliation. One is I think with the chemical exfoliation, when you've got hyperpigmentation, it does make your skin more susceptible to sun. I suppose manual does as well, but I just think it makes it particularly vulnerable. So you've got to be really, really careful. And the other thing is that I think when I've used chemical exfoliators, I often find, and Rebecca was talking about this on her channel, Not Fit for Print, that plateau effect. I'll try something. I remember trying Alpha H, which is a chemical exfoliation, and Alpha H Gold, I think it was, and you put it on and the next day you think, wow, skin looks great. It's sort of almost immediate effect. And then I plateau really quickly, and then before you know it, you're having to use it more and more and more, and it just doesn't have the same effect as it did when you first started using it. So, and also I did use a chemical exfoliant once, and I caused this kind of real wrinkling under my eyes because it was too harsh and it had gone too close to my eyes, and I had wrinkles overnight, really bad wrinkles. And I had to treat my skin to get the barrier back. And I just think manual exfoliation just works. My nan did it, but she used a rough flannel and her skin was beautiful at 80. I just think it's the best way. And apparently Princess Kate uses a flannel. The flannel is back, and the flannel is the best exfoliator ever. And I like using muslin cloths, and I love using scrubs. So it's got to be manual for me. Extensive or simple routine? Depends. If I've got the time and I want pampering, then it's an extensive routine. But sometimes I went through a phase a while back where I pared back everything and I just used oil. So kind of organic oils, and I use the oil to cleanse my face and then to moisturize it. And my skin looked beautiful. So yeah, it depends. But I do, at the moment in lockdown, I love doing an extensive skincare routine because I've got the time and it feels nice to pamper yourself. And I suppose for many years, I've enjoyed the process of an extensive routine. My mum always said, you look after your skin, and I did from my 20s. I did a lot to look after my skin, so probably I would be closer to extensive. My favourite skincare ingredient. Do you know one of the things that I love actually is camellia oil? It feels so nice on my skin, and a lot of the products that have worked for me have had camellia oil in them. Is there anything else? I like rose oil as well. I like oils actually. I like essential oils, and I like, haven't used it for ages, but I like Declior as a brand. I love their philosophy, and when I've gone through a phase of using them a lot, my skin really benefits. And I remember now that I ordered a Today Special value, but it wasn't in stock and I had to get it on wait list. And I think that's coming in June, and that's Declior. But yeah, so I would say probably oils. Tretinoin or over-the-counter retinol. Never tried Tretinoin. I don't know how easy it is to get on prescription here. I know people in the UK that do, but most people get over-the-counter in the UK, I think. Unless you go and see a private dermatologist. So I've never tried it, so it would be over-the-counter. Most effective skincare brand. Again, I would have to say it's particular products rather than brands. I suppose La Roche-Posay actually overall is very effective. If I was looking at overall, of course, you know I love Charlotte's skincare, and if I had to choose a product, it would be a night cream. And I missed it when I was using this tranexamic acid. So I couldn't use that every night because you can't put a moisturiser over the top. And I missed my night cream. My skin did not feel as plump. the next day. I've tried other things, but I have to come back to it. So that for me is the most effective product for my skin. But I wouldn't say the whole brand, but I do love Charlotte, you know. I love Charlotte's brand, but a lot of people are a bit snobbish, I would say, the skincare community, about cosmetics companies bringing out skincare. But I do. I love the Magic Cream. I love the Magic Night Cream. But I would say probably La Roche-Posay is the most effective, and it's got simple ingredients, but they're simple, effective ingredients, and a lot of them are proven ingredients. Favourite skincare gadget, I'd have to say my foreo, though I haven't used it for a while. I keep meaning, again, it was packed up and one thing led to another, and I just haven't dug it out, but I must, because I do like that gadget, definitely. Botox fillers, okay or not okay? I'll never say never, but I wouldn't do it at the moment. I don't have anything against anyone else that does it. It's what makes you feel confident. And if having Botox makes you feel confident, then go for it. I'm not at the stage where I've thought I want to have that. But I'll never say never. If I get to a certain point and I think I want to have it done, then I'll have it done. I'll just keep an open mind. But at the moment, it's not something I would consider. Favourite in-office treatment? I have to say, I know this is not facial skincare, but it doesn't say facial skincare. I love going and having a leg massage when I find a really good masseur or a back massage, because my legs hurt all the time and my muscles in my legs get so tight and so painful. Today they've just stung all day that, yeah, I found a really good masseur in Ireland when I used to visit my friend near Dublin, and she was so good. I used to book up when I went to see her. She was just so good at really getting into the tissues, and really it just was so therapeutic and so soothing. So I'd have to say a massage, a back and leg massage, because it helps to soothe the pain. It doesn't get rid of it, but yeah, so it'd have to be that. Favourite at-home treatment, and again I'd have to say, for me at the moment, it's the black leg mask by Margaret Dabbs. It's not my face thing, but I love doing face treatments as well, because I do feel like, you know, they really help to make me feel pampered and special. And I love doing my hair yesterday and anything like that. But I would have to say the favourite would be putting my black leg mask on, because it is so soothing and again helps to ease the pain that is constantly there and sometimes is really, really wearing. One treatment I can't live without, well, apart from the black leg mask, I can't really keep repeating myself, but that is one. A treatment I can't live without. I would have to say I've had this ever since I was a teenager, facial hair under here. So I've got a little device that just sloughs it off, and I couldn't live without that, because these get quite thick and they're dark, so you can see them. And as I'm doing that, I can feel them coming through now. Sometimes I'm really brave and I exfoliate them. Not exfoliate them, sorry. Exfoliate them. Epilate them, which is great because then they don't come back for about 4 weeks. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to live without that otherwise. And down here, you can really see them because of the colour of my hair. So that's that. So thank you so much, Clara, for tagging me in this. I'm going to tag Rebecca in Not Fit for Print. And I think a lot of other people have been tagged. I'll just stick with Rebecca for now. And thank you all for watching this. Any questions, do put them below. And thank you once again for thinking of me in the tag, Clara. Okay, take care. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye now. Mwah.